Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly update video, and per usual I got a few things to show you. So it wasn't a great week for store finds, but I did end up getting a bunch of diecast. I got those M2 Auto Japans from A&O Toys, which I unboxed in a previous video this week. I got a case of cars from Auto World, which was two sets of 2013 Release 3, or a set A and a set B, which I did an unboxing video for those. So check out those two videos if you haven't already, if you're interested. That was pretty cool. I scored a chase in the... Well, I probably shouldn't give that away if you haven't seen those videos. But anyway, those two videos are pretty good. I ended up scoring pretty good on each one. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. So, I'll show you kind of what I got. So other than that, I still got a bunch of stuff. This is a Auto World slot car. Now, I don't normally collect slot cars by any means. This was given to me from my mom, who was looking on Amazon for like Ultra Reds, which, by the way, Amazon's a terrible place to look for that stuff. And she found this car, which is red, and it says Extraction Ultra G. So, of course, it came up in the search results. And she knew I liked Firebirds, so she just bought this for me, this slot car. Ordered it. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Mom, for hooking up that slot car. I don't have a slot car track or anything, but I'm, maybe eventually when my son is a little bit older, maybe I will get a slot car track, and maybe this thing will actually get some use. It'll be pretty cool. But either way, it's a Firebird. It's Auto World. It's pretty cool, so I like it. So there's that from A&O Toys. Other than the M2 Auto Japan case that I got from Will, my buddy, he also, I got a couple of the Greenlight Hollywood series cars from him. We got this guy, the last of the V8 Interceptors, which of course is definitely Mad Max. So that is pretty cool. And then we got the MacGyver Firebird. So that is pretty cool as well. I haven't decided out of this stuff I'm about to show you what I am going to crack in the next half or not. I probably will crack the majority of this Greenlight stuff. Maybe not the Hollywood stuff. I like the Hollywood stuff. Sometimes it's nice to keep this stuff carded because you get, where the car came from or whatever. But do I really care that this Pontiac Firebird came from MacGyver? And this one's not even really Mad Max, licensing. So I think I will just crack both of these. Why not? And then, so there's that. And then we got, and of course I'm becoming more of a loose collector as time goes on here. It's just the way it is. So, also then, to show you, I did find this series at Toys R Us. So this is the new series, the Hobby Shop, Series 1. Really cool packaging on this stuff. It's neat because each of the vehicles comes with a figure. This is the Volkswagen Type 2 bus with backpacker. And, I think we probably will crack all of these. So, in the next segment. Pretty cool. And then this 2015 Nissan GT-R. We'll crack that guy too in the next segment. And then the third one I picked up from the set was, of course, the VW Beetle. So 3 cars from the set I had to pick up. They all were there, no green machines, but definitely had to get that one. This one comes with a woman wearing dress. She looks nice. All right, so there's that. Let's see here. I got some stuff from Suresh, but real quick, the real cool thing I got this week was from Jeremy, local collector buddy here, who the Toys R Us Auto World exclusives came to our Toys R Us. It came on a day I was working and would have had no way to get to them. Anyway, he got to them and picked me up. Well, didn't really pick these up for me because he didn't know for sure if I wanted them or needed them or what, but he picked up a set, and then eventually once he told me they were there, I was already way too late and everything was pretty much gone. So, except for another Pontiac. And actually Todd, my buddy Todd, long story longer, did go there, tried to pick up the Caddy and this for me, and this was the only one left, was the Pontiac, so he picked up a Pontiac for me. So now I will have 2 of these. These Toys R Us exclusives, now these are coming out in 2 different colors as well, I should mention. This is the black one that I guess is set A. There is a set B that has a red Pontiac in it. So this is the black one. These are limited to 858. And then here's the Cadillac. Very cool. So this, again, is limited to 858. This is the blue color of it. There is also a, the other color of it is silver. So that's pretty cool. And then he also found that guy. Ultra Red. So these are limited to probably 25 on this card, 25 on the other card. So probably there's only 50 of these out there. So really sweet to get that. I was able to trade him for this set, and I traded somewhat heavy for it. Pretty decent, not too bad. It was a couple supers that I didn't really need in my collection anymore. It was a chase that I had pulled out of a case earlier this week, and a model kit chase as well that I gave him. So that was his end of the deal. So I think it was a pretty decent, fair trade, and he knows I love Auto World, so he was willing to give these up to me. So that was pretty awesome of him to do that. So very cool, Jeremy. Thank you very, very much. So then what I got left here is stuff from Suresh. Let's just stick with some premium diecast quick. Greenlight Running on Empty series. This is the latest and greatest Running on Empty series. It's series 3. And man, there's 4 castings in here I had to grab. And we'll definitely be opening up all of these. So this is the 68 Ford F100. Very neat. Here is the Grand Am Daytona prototype. This is the one I really wanted in Gulf livery. That is pretty sweet. You don't see too many Greenlight like race cars. So that is pretty awesome. And then of course a couple of vans. You got the 79 Volkswagen Type 2 panel van, which says this is a new panel body. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, I know why. Okay. Because the other panel van was actually shorter than this, and maybe I'll bust that out. I'll try to get that out for the next segment of the video if I remember. But here is that van, and I'll show you the difference between the old panel van. Basically, they took the body style from the T2 standard one and just, you know, sans windows, and there you go, you got a panel van. So there's that. And then last but not least, this is the STP Dodge B100. And that van is pretty sweet too. So yeah, I think we're just going to crack all of those. We'll probably just crack all of the hobby shop stuff. I'm not cracking that Ultra Red yet though. Maybe someday. So we'll crack all the Greenlight for sure. And then we're also going to crack all of these. These are the new Target Retro Style series, and they're coming out in cases of, I don't remember how many are in the case, but they're like 2 of the new models and 1 of each of the older ones are mixed in, like that Corvette, the Beetle, the Porsche 930, and the IROC Z. So you have another chance of getting those if you missed them. But here's the latest wave. So you got the Turbine Time. You got the 73 Pontiac Firebird, which is definitely a must for me, of course. And it's kind of in the same coloration as, I believe it was a GTO. And forgive me, I'm looking behind me here. Really close in color scheme, and I will bring that out in the second half of the video here. And then the Ford Torino Grand Sport, or Ford Gran Torino Sport. There's that. And then this one's probably the hottest one in that series, the 69 Dodge Charger Daytona. So very, very cool. All right, let's flip the camera around. Let's crack some Greenlight and crack these Retro Style series cars, and yeah, let's take a look at some stuff. Okay, first let's just take a quick look at this excellent Auto World stuff. Here is that sweet caddy. Definitely want the Ultra Red of that. Again, here's the front of the packaging, only at Toys R Us, limited to 858 pieces per casting, per set. So not a lot of these out there. So really, really happy to have these in my collection. Again, thank you, Jeremy Bolter, for hooking that up. He's at Jeremy Bolter on Instagram if you guys want to check him out. He finds a lot of cool stuff, so and he's pretty easy to trade with. So there is that. Those two, and then of course the Ultra Red. Now another thing about this Ultra Red, the Ultra Reds in this Toys R Us exclusive series have a painted white base. So they're kind of like a white lightning too at the same time. So that's a nice little touch from round 2. So they have a painted white base, and then so do the ones now in 2017 release 3. They also have painted white base. Oh, and I just wanted to show you too. Here's the caddy from the 2017 release 3. This is set B. Just wanted to show that. Yes, they did put it out in a blue as well, but it doesn't have the white top, and the hue of the blue is actually quite a bit different. So just wanted to show that in case you're like, oh, hey, I saw this car in that color before. So, you know what Auto World likes to do, make slight little real option variations in what they release, and I think that's pretty cool. All right, so next up, let's just take a quick look at these Target Retro Style series here. And these are pretty cool. Like the card on them, like it's a very classic look. Here is probably my least favorite, of course, of the bunch. Fantasy Casting. It's a Larry Wood design. The Turbine Time. It's got a plastic body. This is all plastic. Metal base. Thing's probably pretty smoking on the track, but it's kind of a cool thing, you know. There are definitely worse fantasy castings than this one. So, pretty cool on that one. And then, let's go ahead and do the Torino. I'm going from, like, least to favorite here. So, 72 Ford Torino Sport. Very nice. A lot of these retro style cars, now, they're not, like, metal body, metal base. They only cost, like, $1.20, so they're a little bit extra. But typically, they all have really nice, like, paint jobs and the cool retro deco scheme to them. And, I mean, they're very nice, you know, sort of mainline Hot Wheels. They're not really mainline, but they kind of are. So, and I think this one looks very nice. So, like it. Pretty cool. Glad to have it. Let's see. Next up for me would be this one. Dodge Charger Daytona. Again, really cool livery on it. Very neat. 426 cubic inches. The tampo on this side is kind of screwed up. And it's kind of messed up there in the front, but it'll display nice from the side. So there is that guy. It looks pretty cool. I might pick up a couple more of these if I see him, just to kind of hoard them a little bit. So there's that. And then, of course, this one, the 73 Pontiac Firebird. Of course, I love this casting. And they did it in like this pearlescent purple, which is not, you know, my favorite color by any means. But it matches the Pontiac GTO that they put out in the last release, color-wise. I mean, the color scheme's identical. You know, except for this has a black interior, this is a purple interior. But yeah, the colors that were used in the deco, as well as the purple of the car, are the same for these two. At least as far as I can tell, they're the same. So, really cool. This one's, of course, my favorite in the bunch. And really neat. Alright, so now that we're through the Hot Wheels segment, let's go ahead, and the rest of this video is going to be cracking Greenlight. And by cracking means I pre-cut all of this stuff, and we're going to take a look. Let's take a look at the Hobby Shop series first, and we're going to start with this Beetle with the women wearing dress. Now, these were $4.99 at Toys R Us. I don't know if she just gave me a deal, or if they actually are not that expensive. Now, I noticed a lot of the cars have plastic bases, I think. This Beetle does for sure. And I just thought that was maybe a cost-saving thing because they had to include a little person with it. So here's your little woman wearing dress. This must be her car. It's a nice touch. The packaging is actually really neat. It has like metal foil around this Hobby Shop logo. It says grand opening on it. I don't know. I think it's pretty neat packaging. I mean, Greenlight series packaging is somewhat boring usually, and you can just get rid of it. But That one's not too bad. So there, her and her Beetle are. Beetle looks pretty nice. It's your basic classic Beetle. No opening features, which is fine. I actually prefer that from Greenlight because the opening back part of the other casting typically doesn't look all that flush, and it doesn't look that great. So here's this, pretty cool. There's her and her Beetle. So just set those guys right there, or her right there, and then let's take a look at the other Volkswagen in the series, the 75 Volkswagen Type 2 bus with backpacker. Pull him out. Of course, they'd have a backpacker with this bus. So there is the bus. Pretty nice, basic. Of course, this does have a plastic base. Seen this bus released many a time already, and this you can really go down a rabbit hole trying to collect all these VW buses and Beetles that were put up by Greenlight, because there are a load of them, and I have a load of them. So there that is. It looks pretty nice. It's got a little bit of a, I don't know if that can be rubbed off or not on the top there. I don't know if that's a paint flaw or what that is, but this one rolls somewhat decent. And then here's our little backpacker. So there's that little dude. So that's pretty cool. Kind of put those next to each other. And Greenlight did also recently release those dioramas, which I believe can be found at Meijer stores. As I'm saying that, I should probably show you what I'm opening here. Here's the GTR. So that's kind of neat. They have little dioramas that they're selling, 1/64 scale, and I didn't pick any up. I think they're $20 a piece, but it's pretty cool. You can get like a little service station, a little garage and stuff. Really, really neat that they're doing that. So, but here is the GTR with the race car driver. Pretty cool. He's wearing his outfit matches his car quite nicely. So, pretty cool. This casting's alright, this GTR. I don't pick up every single one of these that comes out. I don't have a lot of like the hobby exclusive, Mio exclusive ones or any of that. I do pick them up when I see them in stores. And yep, this does have a plastic base as well. So I think that's why they're at that maybe $4.99 price point. And I mean, I could be wrong and I got a deal, but they came up as $4.99. I'm pretty sure she didn't just discount them for me. So I mean, it's a lady that checks me out all the time at Toys R Us, and she's super nice and whatever, but I just don't think she just threw me a discount for no reason. So I'm guessing that these are just, that's what they cost. And it's because they probably have all plastic bases. And they do, I think they all are, castings that were used in Motor World series. So I think the other one is a Camaro, what is it? There's a Jeep Wrangler YJ with mail carrier. There is a Chevy Camaro convertible with gas pump, and a Ford F100 with drop-in tow hook. So that's pretty cool. The F100 looked pretty neat, but I did not pick it up. So there these are. Pretty cool. And let's next we'll do let's get through these running on empty series. We'll start with this guy right here, the STP 76 Dodge D100. You guys know from watching my channel that I dig my vans, and so I had to definitely get this one to add to the van. Get back in there. Add to the van collection. And this one is pretty nice looking. The Racer's Edge. It's cool. They kind of covered up the window, or they painted the deco over the window in the back. So that's kind of neat. It's a nice casting. You guys have probably seen it before. 2731 is the number on the bottom of this one, in case you care about numbers. But I like it. Join the van collection. So there is that. And then this one, I know a lot of people will probably pick up, this 68 Ford F100. These lifted Ford F100s. This is the first one I've got in my collection. I definitely want the one from I think it's the All-Terrain series. That's got like Ford colors and stuff. That one just looks awesome. And I definitely want that one, but I had to get this one too. This one's cool. It's got a weathered look to it. Looks a little muddied, like little scratches on the hood and stuff. And it's got the lift kit on the base. Feels pretty solid, so that's good. As usual, it's not a great roller. It's a Greenlight, so this one's kind of nice. It's got an opening hood and stuff. Metal base. 3401's the number. Nice matte finish paint job. I think this is a pretty awesome truck. So I'll probably pick up a lot of these. I mean, not a lot of this specific one. I mean, just these lifted ones. These lifted Ford F100s I think look pretty awesome. So something's up with the steering wheel inside of this thing. Steering wheel looks like it's almost broken. I don't know if I should mess with this, but so I'm probably going to break it. I'm just trying to bend it back into place. There we go. You probably can't see that on camera, but it was definitely like wonked to the side. All right, so there's that. And then we got this guy, the 79 Volkswagen Type 2 panel van. And like I said, this is a new panel van body. Well, what's so new about it? Let's take a look. This is number 6830. Texaco livery. Looks very, very nice. Love the colors. Looks great. Will join my VW van collection quite nicely. Now, what did the old panel van look like? The old panel van casting is a motor roll casting, and it looks like this. Leaves a lot to be desired, to be honest. So, there's that one. This came from a diorama. I'm not sure which one. But, there she is. This is the old casting. It's very short, and it's not that great. I do have a ton of them, though. And then here's the new panel van casting, which is actually the same size and the same like tooling basically as this one with the windows. It just doesn't have windows. So it is a brand new tool. It just doesn't have windows. So pretty neat. Let's see here. No lead on the back. These are cool too because it's got lensed headlights, where this one was just all painted in the front. You can tell that this one just doesn't look that great compared to this one. So I'm glad they switched it and are going to do a panel van like this. And they'll probably phase out this casting. So there is that guy. And then last up, probably my favorite in this Running on Empty series is the Grand Am Daytona Coupe prototype. And yeah, that looks awesome. I'm wondering if that rear part opens. I don't know if this is a new tool. It doesn't say new tool on it, does it? No. I don't know what this has been used in before, I should say. It probably has been used before, and I just was unaware of it. But definitely a cool car, and really cool. You can see like the motor in the back. That is really awesome. I wonder if this thing opens or not. It looks like it does, maybe. It really looks like it does. Oh yeah, it opens. What way? What way do you open, or do you just come right off? Oh, it just comes right off. Boom. Look at that. That is pretty cool. That is really rad, actually. Yeah, the piece just comes right off. It's got these little metal posts. Put it right back in. Really cool casting. This is great. This will join my little golf collection quite nicely. Go with it quite well. Lens detail in the front. Not a really good roller, but it's a Greenlight. What do you expect? So there's that. And then lastly, we got two from the Hollywood series. We'll do MacGyver first. This is the 87 Pontiac Firebird. I have a couple of these in my collection. The hood does open on these, but it's always tough to get. So I'm not even going to try to mess with it here right now. But some of these always have problems with the bases going on correctly. This one's a good one. Looks pretty good. I have a Black Bandit where the base is like totally on crooked. Again, not a great roller, but a good looking model. I don't remember this car from the show at all, but I don't know. I don't remember much from the show except for that MacGyver used to make all these crazy little gadgets and stuff to get him out of situations. So that's pretty cool. And then next up we got this. This is last of the V8s, last of this video, and maybe at some time I'll compare this to my other. I've got one of these in that other. Maybe I'll just grab it real quick. It's right over here. This was a gift This other thing, this 1/64 scale Interceptor twin set, which I featured in another video, and I took these out of the package, and I'm never taking them out of the package again because they are very fragile. Handcrafted model cars, indeed. So, and then this one's a little more robust. Greenlight Interceptor, and it looks great. I mean, detail-wise, it's got a ton of it. Got lens detail in the front. May not come across on camera all that well. It's a black car or whatever, but man, it looks really good. So they did an excellent job with this casting. I mean, so I'll probably get that in a Black Bandit when they put that out in that series. Of course, they're going to put it out in a Black Bandit series. It'll be interesting to see what else they do with it. If they different colors and whatnot. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it, but pretty awesome. So there is that. So glad to have it. Got some cool Greenlight here. Cracked open. Was really stoked to get that Ultra Red and the Toys R Us exclusive from Jeremy. Again, thank you very much. And Suresh, again, thank you for hooking me up with some of this Greenlight stuff, picking it up for me. I really appreciate it. And you guys have a great, excellent week. Check out my other 2 videos from this week if you haven't already. Some unboxings, pretty entertaining. And yeah, that is about it. So thank you guys very much and have a good day.